Hey guys, we had an episode 9, but due to some technical difficulties, we lost it. So, it's gone. We had some really cool flashback material, but it's super gone. We cover that in the recap, but we're really, really sorry. Here's the new episode 10. Welcome to another episode of Lawful Stupid. This is going to be episode 10, and we're going to do something a little bit differently this time. I told you we had a much better plan for how we were going to start the episodes, and I did lie. So I want the team, the players who don't listen to episodes while editing, to tell the audience where we are leading into this.
The joke is on you, DM.
Oh, where are we?
I love the sound of my voice so much that I re-listen to every episode before it's edited. Ha-ha!
That's him as Shane. That's not him being character.
That's true. That is how Shane sounds. Yes.
I forget what Kristoff Shindo sounds like. I'm gonna be great at recapping.
Oh no. Okay.
Well, it's because we're not doing it in character.
Okay, so what happened last time is what the people need to know.
Last episode, we had visions of our past. We delved into our backstories. Is that correct? Would you agree with that?
I mean,
We should go around the room and we should talk about
Then we do this round robin style.
Alright, Kristoff, go.
My flashback was I played a game that was not TAC. It was a chess game, and I was very, very enthused about it, and I started my career as a political crewman, and brought the dreaded Baron to justice.
Very snake-like as well. Atlas, what
Fade
did
to
you
black.
do?
Toodle-doo.
Alright, well, I guess I'll go since Smokey the Bear up there is gonna go his turn.
He said Atlas.
I said Atlas.
I thought you said Alex.
No, I said Atlas. No, thanks,
No,
thanks,
okay.
Alex,
This is
for
great. This is great podcast.
Viewers, go ahead and hashtag who you thought he said.
viewers,
Winners will get
listeners.
nothing.
We're
That's how they
we're off
view
to a
it
great,
audibly.
we're a great
Should we
start.
just start off? Let's start
Let's
over.
talk. Let's
Oh no.
talk over each other some more.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
please.
Alright, so in my flashback, it was me. I was in school, battle school. I had been there a few weeks. I had been there with Kilda. He was my human friend. And we were at the Battle of the Sword, the Test of the Sword. I made it pretty far into that competition when I had to fight Yoon Kunlevi. And she bested me. So the thing about that is I found there that my strength was not in my armor and not hiding who I was, but instead being proud of who I am, a proud orc, a white orc, despite the history that has brought me to this point.
All right, Rowan.
He's a strong, independent white orc, and he don't need no man.
No
Got
man.
it.
No man.
No man.
I helped an elf, or a dwarf, and the other short one, a gnome, fall in love.
The end. That's all I did.
That's all I did.
Some would say you might have found true love, or at least what it looks like.
Right.
Wow. True. Wow.
Okay, so let's get into this episode. What do you guys think? Good? Yeah? Alright, great.
No.
You're fired.
Okay, now I'm ready. Now I'm
Oh,
ready.
now you're ready? Oh, you son of a bitch. Alright. The flame of your campfire roars as you all sleep softly. Atlas, you were on watch and you fell asleep next to the warm bonfire Kristoff had created when the three of you set up camp. All three of you awake slowly to the sound of the fire being stoked. The soft rustle of metal against wood, the flame biting the wood, light filling the night sky. You notice a man sitting on a log nearby the fire. He's wearing a thick fur cloak and a long metal object on his back. The man is wearing something to cover his head, but while you recognize it as some sort of helmet, you've never seen anything like it before. The faceplate has two orbs where the eyes would be, but you cannot see past the blue tint. 3 slits exist where the person's mouth should be. They sit silently, stoking the fire. What do you do, guys?
Ho there, stranger, friend or foe?
That's a good question. I read the intro, and I'm gonna
I
have
was
to edit this
not
out.
ready for questions.
I was not ready for questions at all. I asked you what you do. That's a good question. I'm gonna edit this part out.
No,
Oh,
we
you
gotta
edit
leave
out
it in.
your mistakes.
Yeah.
So I'm already gonna have to edit
Can't
the
wait to
other
do
one.
our live show.
Oh, I will be way more prepared for that. Wink. Dude, what the fuck? Where did I write this person's name down?
Wait, is he a friend or a foe? I don't fucking know.
This drastically changes how the game goes.
I didn't think you were gonna talk to the fucking guy. He's supposed to be murdered.
No, like I gotta find my notes of what the person is. That's the problem when I do all these
Was his name
notes.
Steve? Was it George? Control F helmet.
Oh, that's true. That's not a bad idea.
Can we just start, like, if you have to look up something, can we just make up things for them? And that's just what they are?
Control F Kylo Ren.
No.
Hmm.
Fuck, dude. I don't remember spacing out on writing down all of their shit. Okay, that's cool.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
The time is, so we know to cut it out.
I have to listen to these anyways.
It's
Every
like-
time
like
you
10
say
seconds.
the time is, I'm like, I still have to listen to all this shit, man. Every time. Okay. Oh, that's where it is. I've
I
found
whisper
this.
racial slurs during all the episodes, hoping Dwayne won't catch them.
Oh, there it is. Where the fuck was her shit? Ah, found it. I knew I made a whole character for this.
Just call me a goddamn Scooby.
I did. You caught it. You win the prize. Put up your dick beaters. Let's dance.
Okay, all right. So let's
Fill this
go
whole
back.
shit full of up.
Start over.
So what do you do?
Ho there, stranger. Friend or foe?
So let me ask this question: when you sleep, do you sleep in a tent, just a sleeping bag, open air? Like, what is that like for you? Just so I can imagine the picture in my head.
I mean, I'm not carrying a tent around. If that's what you're asking. No.
You
I'm
might
not
be.
doing that.
You might have like a fucking
I have-
stick and cloth.
I have a bedroll that is lined with the finest fawn fur.
So you have this really fine bedroll, but a tent was out of the question. Yeah, my
Because the
bad.
bedroll's way less heavy, and you don't have to set it up and all the sticks and stuff. It's a pain in the ass.
You're also a
I have an
sorcerer.
Eno.
You have mage hand. Magic can't be that. Anyways. So,
Still have to do. Still like puppet mime. Like I had to make like shadow puppets of building a fucking tent. Fuck that.
okay. So this figure looks at you, and again, you can only see the faceplate, and says, "Neither."
Would you like to be?
A friend. He means a friend.
Neither.
Or a foe.
I don't have interest in fighting any of you. No.
Perception check.
That's true. He could have just killed us in our sleep if he wanted to fight us.
Sure. Go
That
ahead.
would be a very
Devin,
good fight if you wanted
roll
to
that
wear
per-
the adversary.
Roll the perception check and tell me what you're intending to perceive.
What's he got on his back?
Oh, that's fair.
Is it a weapon or? Is
I
it
was
like
waiting
a,
for like you to.
It's a 10.
I thought, is he good?
Yeah, I was like, that's not what perception is.
I'm super proud of him. I've never been playing
Yeah.
like a proud D&D player.
So it's a weapon on his back that you don't recognize. It's a style of weapon that you don't recognize.
It's a
I mean,
fucking shotgun.
essentially it's like a style of rifle, but you guys have never seen it. It's not like it's not common knowledge to people to have that.
Motherfucker's got a boomstick.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get fuck. I'm Flintlock.
Stranger, what is your name?
And she looks at you, or he looks at you, and says, I
don't judge.
"My name is Cecilia. What is your name?"
I'm
Cecilia.
Kristoff Shindo.
Nice to meet you, Kristoff.
I'm Atlas. Atlas Pharaoh.
Nice. To meet
I
you,
don't
Alice.
respond. I'm waking up.
He's like brushing his teeth.
Yeah, Russian is. No, I'll be with you, sir.
Everything's good over here.
And she looks at you though, Rowan, and you feel like she's not necessarily looking at you per se, and she says, "How long have you had that?"
What? My hair?
While it's amazing, no, I meant the loot.
Oh, well, good, because context clues usually require some context. I've had it for a while.
And how's that going for you?
I mean, about as well as anything. I mean, how's that thing on your back going for you?
It's going great, but I reckon mine's not giving me visions.
I mean, I don't know. Does it?
What has the loot shown you?
Oh, it's like shown all kinds of things.
I believe the question that comes to my mind is, who are you? Know your name? Why are you asking these questions, and why should I answer them?
It's obviously the personification of the thingy that we stole that's done come to life with the evil, haunted spirits in it.
Oh, Cecilia Iris. I see.
Oh,
She would be more golden, you fool.
Well, I'm a reclaimer. And it's our job to find these artifacts. And it's our job to stop them.
Stop them from what?
Well, when there's too many of them in the same spot, that's when problems happen. We believe that that's what started the Arcane Wars long ago.
Oh, you foolish.
oh, he's an expert on the arcane
I
world.
have
Listen to
read
this.
many tomes on the Arcane War, and we all know it was started over, popular sovereignty. States' rights.
No, I don't believe that's accurate. Wherever you studied, I'm not sure. This is part of the problem. Disinformation is quite heavy with the Arcane Wars.
Yes, you've been plagued quite greatly by misinformation. You think it was about magical artifacts, not states' rights to choose on important matters.
Yes, if only it were that simple. Listen, you guys seem alright. You seem like you kind of know what's going on here. And
Well-
frankly, I don't have time to deal with this particular artifact. But I thought I should warn you not to trust those visions that it's giving you.
So I don't die. I do actually am like a better fighter in that vision he had than he said I was.
She didn't know what the loot had shown us, friend.
Well, she obviously she knows. She has a fancy thing on her back. She knows something.
Look, that was just one vision. It's not like it's the end of the world. Well, I mean, for you it might be, but for us,
no,
it's
no,
not.
no. She just said it was not true.
Well, I mean, what are we to trust her? So we just showed up here with the thingy.
Yes, to be fair, I don't usually trust weird creepers watching me sleep.
Oh, that's fair. Now, I didn't say the visions were wrong. I just said you
Okay.
shouldn't trust them.
I am thoroughly confused.
I think that makes the point.
I think it means that, like, it shows the future, but it can be changed. Like that photograph from Back to the Future, which is the story we all know.
Yes, the great lore of Back to the Future. The
Good old-
bards sing of it to this day. When he rode upon his mighty steed, the DeLorean,
Yes.
a beast of steel and high-density plastics, which we don't even know what those are. They were lost to the
In the
time
arcade
in the
wars.
The
arcade.
arcade wars.
Sure wish they would have stopped at the first story, though.
I disagree. I think that the second legend, though meandering in some points and over-explanatory, the third piece really tied it together in such a way that the great physician Brown and his story fully came
Cleric
full circle.
Brown.
Cleric Brown and young Squire McFly.
Yes, Barty McFly.
And I like how they kept using Biffy Clyro as a recurring character.
Cecilia, I'm sorry for my friends. Please, go on. It's now. We just stand around this fire listening to some arcane war mumbo jumbo.
Either way. Listen, I've had enough. And I really
Wait,
just thought...
How'd you find us? How'd you find the thing?
She points at the loot. I
Yes,
found you
that
by
thing.
that.
But how?
Well, and it is an artifact. They're very easy to track down. Especially when you use them.
So people could like find us if we use this. Like maybe people who meant us harm.
Every time you use them, it puts a blip on the radar for people looking for them. People who know what they're looking
radar?
for. Sorry? You don't know
What is this radar?
That's fair. Every time you use it, it sends out a signal to those who are looking for it.
Is it a specific signal, or is it just like there's an artifact here?
I don't... Are you asking if it tells me which artifact it is?
Yes.
Oh dear. Maybe you guys shouldn't keep that loot.
Maybe we shouldn't. We don't really know.
Yeah. It's only been like a week-ish.
Yes, ma'am. One. Sorry.
To be honest, that's why we're even coming to get this golden iris, so we can take this to get a book, to get a guide, another thing. Anyways, all to get the information about said loot. So if you could just tell us what's going on, you can have this golden iris if you want to explain this to us.
Actually, I need that. But you don't need to worry about us, fair Cecilia, for we have a very learned madman who's giving us step-by-step directions which we follow without questioning. So I think we're gonna be okay.
Did you say madman?
Yeah, his name was Findahl. Findahl, the cuckoo crazy pants they call him, and that's what the elves call him.
I feel like it goes without saying, but you shouldn't trust him either.
Yes, and we should trust you infallibly when you tell us to do things. Agreed.
I'm not asking for your trust, merely giving you warnings that I wish I would have had.
So, just straight up, you really haven't said what you hear. You said we might have visions, but you haven't said what we should do or not do. Are you trying to take the loot, or are you just hovering around?
Eventually I will come for the, yeah. I have another artifact that I need to reclaim first.
Well, it's mine, and you can't have it.
It's yours for now, that's right.
Yeah.
This is a very strange meeting.
It is very strange.
Listen, if these were easy, everybody would do it. But yeah, every single one of these meetings is weird. Somebody either wants to keep it, or they have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, lucky for
Sometimes
you,
both.
this situation is both.
Yes. Of course.
So, why wouldn't you just show up later when you did need it, instead of showing up now and saying that sometime in the future you will need it?
It's a pretty weird drive-by, lady.
I'm hoping you don't cause too much trouble until I can come back around for it.
Can
I
you
like your
see into the
helmet.
future?
Probably as much as you can.
Well, I mean, doesn't this thing show us the future?
It shows you a future. Though
Whatever.
they're quite different.
Can we control it?
With the articles.
Can you control it?
Wait, is that all it does? Can it do other cool stuff?
Oh,
Other than show me this guy getting almost beat?
oh, that's all you've seen out of it then, huh?
Well, no, there was a thing where there's a candy parade.
I'm sorry?
Yes, there was a parade and we all got candy because we're so great.
Oh. I don't remember that being one of its powers, but okay.
If we get to choose one of the futures, whether it's the one where our friend Ghost here gets murdered brutally and pink-misted, or one with the candy parade, I just want to go out and make my opinion known that I have no preference.
I do, actually. Anyways, since we're
I
up,
think the parade was for your coronation.
no, I don't even know what a coronation is, so...
In the
should we
Arcane
just-
Wars, it's where there was a nation of corn.
Sounds delicious.
Oh dear. Well,
I guess we should just get back to Findahl now, because this...
I suppose this has done as much as it could have.
I mean, I
Yep.
guess.
Good luck,
agree.
boys.
It's in good hands.
And she stands up
Need to work on your pitch.
and shakes her head as you say, "It's in good hands." and she walks out back into the night.
So that was weird.
Hope you find your dad.
I know, she had such a deep, gruff voice for a woman.
I don't
kinda
know if
liked
she
it.
was a woman.
Oh,
Mask.
do you think it's
No
gonna be like...
visible bosoms.
She smelled like a woman.
It's true.
Did she?
Orc knows, yes.
Does
Terrible.
Orc know yes?
Orca no, yes.
Orca
Orca
no.
no, no. Orca no, maybe.
Well, I guess let's get this thing back to Findahl and just figure this stuff out.
I'd
There's
like
got to
to
be
go back
other
to-
monsters to fight.
But I mean, we've still got the gnome here.
Put him on my back.
Okay.
No, you guys. Your plan was to take him to town.
Right, and then we had flashbacks, and then he was like, "Oh, my mom," and he repented. And I said, "If you promise not to be the big bad guy later on, we'll let you go." And he said, "Yes," but he crossed his fingers, but we all noticed it. So I said, "Hey," and I did a throwback to my story where I was like, "Hey, just know that people don't break deals with me."
I don't. Maybe that happened. I don't remember that.
All of those things
Sure.
happened.
Yeah,
sure.
All
it
right.
did.
Alright, so you gotta
I'm not
cut,
making
gotta
it
cut
up.
this part out.
I
Yeah,
don't.
but-
I
but
like
we
it this
never-
better.
Yeah, we never really got to a closing to that bit before jumping into Cecilia.
Yeah, because just like I did to the Baron, I like reached out and I froze him a little bit, and I was like, "You should know that when people give me their word, it is binding."
All right. Well, maybe I will edit this out and put a little extra on the last episode
Yes.
where he walks out. Okay. So I assume you guys go back to bed and go back to bed at bedtime because that was in the middle of the
I'll
night.
keep watch. I'm woken up.
You're awake. You'll keep watch again.
Yay.
I
Okay.
finished my nap.
Alright. Yeah, alright, so you guys wake up. It's a nice cool day. The weather started to take a turn for the cold. And not only because it's fucking freezing where I live, but it's also it's starting to get cold in the world.
I don't like it.
Do we have any hard biscuits left?
I don't know. Check your inventory sheets? Question mark?
Didn't put hard biscuits on there. I'm gonna assume I have 2 left.
Okay. Alright.
And yeah, I'll eat those as we traverse.
Okay. They're still delicious because she makes some
Mhm.
delicious hard biscuits.
Allison is a treat.
Yeah, she's amazing. Okay, so you guys, you're heading back to Oxbane then?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys have a very uneventful travel back to Oxbane. And the town is the way you remember leaving it. Guards posted at the gates, but not necessarily stopping you. And you guys just want to go straight to Findahl's, or does anything else you want to do before you broach that subject?
Now I'm pretty excited to see what Findahl has to say about this.
Mhm.
Alright.
Daddy needs that book.
There's that. Okay, so yeah, you guys go back to Findahl's tower, and you guys just knock on the door, walk in. Like, what's your strategy for that?
Okay, first we have to have a point man, and then who's got the iris?
I have both.
Somebody's got to run distraction. Like you got to keep him like halfway captivated with crayons, and then like halfway.
No,
paying attention.
he wants to get in my mouth.
Yeah.
That's
Look,
true.
give me the iris because he doesn't like to mess with me, and if for any reason we don't want to give it to him, then we won't. And that's our plan.
Ready?
Good plan.
Break.
And
Okay.
then you kick in the door and loot the room.
I'm just gonna open the door slowly. I'm gonna peek my head and say, Findahl.
Yes, come in, my boy.
Okay, just go ahead and open her up. Walk in confidently. We
Yes,
did it.
yes,
We
just-
did it.
Put it there on the left.
Oh, okay. And I'll look back at Rowan.
Like, put what on the left?
My weekly supply of soup, of course, boy. That's what you're here for, yes?
What? No, we don't have
No.
soup. Do you have soup?
No. Continuity error. He summons ham rolls. Half ham, half rolls. Where's food comes from? We talked about this.
Except for now, he wants
He
soup.
drowns them in soup.
He drowns them in soup. That's true. I'm staying with
No,
my
we don't-
thing.
Findahl, it's the guys that you sent for. You don't remember. Do you remember a golden iris?
Oh, of course I remember you three. I just didn't know it was you. I don't know your names by any means, but it's not every day you see an orc like that.
I am Kristoff Shindo.
Yes, that's what you said the last time. I won't remember it this time either.
That's fair.
Well, I guess the important thing is, do you remember what you were offering for the iris?
Oh yes, tell me more about the Lute of Wynn.
And?
Do you have the iris?
Do you have the and?
Yes, I still know the information I promised you. I think.
And the book we're looking for. Yeah, our friend here needs a book for some other endeavor that he's
Oh yes,
embarking on.
the book that the Justicar wants. Yes, yes. And he like snaps his finger, and a book appears in his hand. He says, "Yes, he wants the collection of known arcanist experiments. Not sure what he's gonna do with it, but as long as he returns it, it's fine."
I would give the shifty eyes to the boys. Like, do we hand it?
On 3.
One,
All right.
2, 3.
Is there
I pull
He,
out
like-
the eye.
Hands you the book, and then he takes the golden iris, and you see the lucidity go over his eyes, and says, "It's been far too long without this. I appreciate you boys bringing it back. Now, the Lute of Wynn. You wanted to know about it, yes?
Yes,
What do you know of the artifacts of the Arcane Wars?"
that they exist.
Well, I mean, I know they're varied in power and potence and portability.
I know that they're sought after by reclaimers.
Yes, the Reclaimers, that ancient organization who claim the artifacts of the Arcane War.
Yes, you seem quite knowledgeable, and not knowledgeable at all at the same time. It's impressive, to say the least. Interesting. Have you ran into any reclaimers?
Her name was Cecilia. She was strange and oddly arousing.
She did not smell good.
You said she smelled like fair woman.
A woman.
Yeah, they do that. So he looks back at the iris and he says, well, the artifacts are leftover relics of power from the war. The Arcanists, they weren't just mages. They created some pretty awful things.
Like this robe.
I love your robe. You just pull it off somehow.
Well, yes, like the robe. It's a little on the nose, I thought, but that seems to be their style.
My style now.
Well,
Taking it
Yes.
back.
anyways, it's very important that you know that this isn't just a magical item. It's not something for the everyday person. And the more you use it, the more it's going to give you.
The more it's gonna give me what?
It's going to give more of itself to you. What if you had all... What is it doing for you now?
I mean, not a whole lot.
It's letting us see visions of the past and potentially the future as well.
Yeah, that.
So it sounds like your relationship with it is still new.
What
Yeah,
happens when it's not new?
Yeah. What happens when we're a good seasoned couple?
I mean, it is the Lute of Wynn. Are
You keep saying that, but we literally don't know what that means. That's why we're asking, but you keep saying, like as if Lute of Wynn is information about the Lute of Wynn.
You can't define something with itself.
But you don't know about when then. Like,
What's a win?
like the
Other
win.
than space.
No, let's
A
tell us
legendary
about
figure
Wynn.
from the Arcane Wars, obviously.
Oh no, that's. Oh, what are you gonna do? So let me tell you more about that. And as he starts to tell you more about that, he loses his lucidity and he begins to say, "Wait a minute, where's my book?"
Like you got.
They're
the
all
gold-
there on the shelf. They're all blue, and they say the Arcane Wars. You cataloged them numerous times.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, my boys. I was really worried about them. Where'd you get that book? It looks great. I would love to add it to my collection.
Oh, it's already in my packet. It's already there.
Okay, that's fine. Keep it there. That's great.
Findahl, you were telling us a story about Wynn.
When what?
Wait,
Who's on
what?
first?
Who's up first?
And so he gets that lucidity over him, and he says, "Wynn is the god of legends. I thought you guys knew. I understand he's not practiced and sought after and believed in as much as he was, but he's still very much the god of legends."
Like a god from Legends, or he's a god who has territory over Legends?
He's the god of legend. His whole thing is that he wants a great story out of this world.
So I see.
Mm.
He's a god with dominion over Legends.
It's more than that, though. He takes ordinary people and weaves them into these both fantastic and terrible tales, and attaches his name to them.
Oh, well, it's a good thing we're not ordinary people, gents.
Yeah. Of course, I would be scared if that happened to us.
That'd be terrible.
Because we are extraordinary, we're safe.
Yes, well, like I said, the Lute of Wynn, it almost... I've never possessed it before, but what they say is it allows you to change stories.
We could alter the great legend of Back to the Future Part 2?
No, not right now. No.
Nope, that one's pretty much... Those are fixed points in time, my boy.
Oh, I
What?
see.
So you mean that we can go back and hear the retelling of Pulp Fiction for the first time?
It would be so fresh on our ears.
Say it one more time! No.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
A Pulp Fiction as Beetlejuice shows up.
So he takes that golden iris and he puts it in his robe. I appreciate the help, my boys. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yes, you could answer some questions. Why did you need the golden iris if you were just going to tell us about the thing and then hide it?
Because it's mine. You asked for information, I wanted it back.
That's super fair.
Very much how you needed a book.
Oh,
No, shut up.
maybe you can tell us about these reclaimers.
Ooh,
Yes.
those guys are assholes.
Do you know some personally?
Oh, not anymore.
They're dead now.
Are they, or did you used to be a reclaimer?
Nope.
Did
Are
you
you
used
lying?
to deal with them?
He raises both his hands and the sleeves kind of fall and you see his arms and he goes, define deal with them. And he air quotes the words deal.
Did you murder them? Be honest. God's
Come
watching.
on
Wendy's watching.
now.
I don't believe it's murder all the time. There's
Now, as a man who once claimed that murder was the action of taking a life and not the crime defined by taking the life of the innocent, I will ask you to clarify.
I don't feel like anyone's really innocent in our world. Maybe the children,
Babies.
but even
Okay,
then it's a
good.
maybe. Hard maybe.
Some babies are assholes, confirmed.
They won't stop crying, agreed.
I actually heard that babies start to lie after the age of 6 months. So anything under the age of 6 months is a pure life.
The real
Afterwards,
question...
They're lying bastards.
What if it accidentally steps on your nods?
Those are some
You already
tiny
said it's an
nods.
accident.
What are you talking? What do you mean, tiny nods?
There's a tiny little feet. How does that
So a
even
tiny
hurt
foot
you?
Can't step on gargantuan nods.
No, just all of your hopes and dreams.
First of all, those died a long time ago, and I'll advise you not to speak ill of the dead.
Oh, hey, Findahl, I was wondering if you have any experience you could give us for bringing you
It's like
this
a
house.
handful of experience points would go a great way.
The experience is really in the story told. At least that's what Wynn might tell you.
Right, and we've got his will made manifest in the form of his loot, so we should probably get some points, right?
Begging doesn't look good on you three.
I didn't say shit.
I saw it in
because
your
You
face.
get 1 experience point for not.
You get 10,000 now.
Guys, I'm really high level now. Let's go fight the boss.
By all the things.
Let's just burn the town down.
We can do it now. We don't need to play nice. We don't need to be nice to that fucking bitch Allison.
I hate those hard biscuits, I tell you what, they are not good.
It cracked all my teeth.
Now that we have the power, the truth comes out.
She does not know how to cook one thing ever.
This hero
She does.
campaign quickly
All I
changes.
asked her was for tiny little quail eggs, and she acted like I was the terrorist.
No, I asked for the quail eggs and she brought me some eggs. She was very
Well,
nice.
when I
eggs.
tell the story, I asked for the quail eggs.
Right. Is there anything else you can do? For me, is there anything? Why are you still here?
You're right. I have business to attend to. Farewell.
Okay, great. I'm gonna miss you, Orc.
Yeah.
I know it.
He's talking to me. You're already gone.
Thought he would miss me a little bit.
You're just hiding behind me. You're hiding behind me. He's not talking to me. Look over my shoulder. He's not talking to you anymore.
Oh,
Um,
almost.
I look over to Rowan and say, Rowan, well, boys, I think we should go play this thing some more. If the power comes for playing it, let's do it up.
You guys should do that. I'll meet you there.
Do you know where that is?
Yeah, the Red Roof Inn, where we always meet, obviously.
Yeah, our stopping ground.
Just double checking.
Yeah, no, I'll super be there. Just gonna do a quick thing first.
Well, actually, might want to stop at the Golden Hammer really quick. Atlas, maybe you can help me get some armor. Pay you for your trouble.
Yeah. Well, I can help you make it. I think so. We'll talk to Yogg and see what he got going on. What he will. It's his forge now. I can't really step on any toes.
You step on those toes. Some toes need stepping on.
Not Yogg's.
Like giant nod toe. You're a tiny baby.
Okay, so as you guys exit Findahl's tower, you see your favorite guard, Chiringa. And behind her is like a half...
Is Taringa a boy or a girl?
It's
I
a
need
man.
to know.
It is definitely a man.
Gender fluid Taringa.
Gender fluid.
I'm not judging.
I for sure thought it was a female.
Yeah, that's what you said last time. You kept calling it a he. You're like, oh, I wrote her as a female, but now it's Taringa who's a man, so it's a man now. And then you kept like going back and forth. And it's very confusing.
Well, poop. All right, so confirmed male.
Confirmed male. Taringa's a male.
All right, sorry, Chiringa.
All masculine
No, it's
pronouns.
to be fair, it's Chiringa. I asked him
It-
what it was, how it was pronounced. Determined that I should have asked gender too.
Oh,
That's funny.
Taringa's a boy.
That's funny that my notes say he. I just wrote it as a she. I can't handle.
You are sexist.
Can't undo
Yeah.
it.
I can't handle it. Anyways,
I just need more gender equality in my podcast.
so you see Chiringa, your lovable friend guard there, and behind him, about a dozen other guards. And Tringa says, "Look, I'm sorry, guys, but I really need you guys to come with us."
Do anything for you, Trink. I'm your dearest friend.
Whoa, 1 second here. Can I kind of pull him to the side just a little bit, not like very far off?
Yeah, I think you can come up there and have like a small side conversation without moving him too far to spook the other guards.
Tringa, what are all these guards doing here?
Well, we're here to take you to jail, Atlas.
Okay, that sounds great and all. It really does, except it doesn't. Why are we going to jail, Tringa?
I mean, I have a warrant for you guys to be picked up. Like,
What's the crime? What's the crime, Tringa?
It sounds like you guys are planning against the Trestles.
The who?
What? I don't have any problem with any kind of architectural thing.
Yeah, what
No.
even is a trestle?
The Magister and the Lady of the Town.
No, it's the thing that holds up a roof.
It is. I've never met.
I love the idea that Kristoff is doing one of those, like, kicking the
Wacky
dirt
waving the
aimlessly,
bubble
like, no!
Sure, you're like, I don't know what that's about. What's
Oh.
a trestle? I agree. I thought it was a thing held the door or something, like he said.
Kristoff, have you ever heard of a trestle?
Oh yes. So, I mean, I'm very aware of nobility just naturally. It's part of my steez. So I'm aware that they're in this town. I was trying to get a job with them, but I decided to seek greener pastures. I have no idea what they're talking about.
Rowan, you know who the trestles are?
I told you, it's the thing that holds up a roof.
Tringa, it looks like half of us or more don't know who the trestles are, and only my friend here is trying to get a job. What is the crime?
Listen,
Specifically.
that's not for me. I just had to pick you up.
No,
What
we'll
if
just go.
we-
We'll just go with them. We'll sort all this out. We'll go
Yeah.
talk to.
Look,
Yeah, it
Torga's
could be
been
a
super
misunderstanding, guys. I
know
don't
the
know.
Jester. I know him.
I have a paper that says to pick you guys up the next time you come into town.
Well, I have a paper that says next time someone wants to pick us up, we get out free.
You
Does
don't
that?
know how to read, to be fair.
That's
It's-
true.
It's
Let's
fine.
go.
Yeah,
Okay, we did nothing wrong, right, guys?
yeah,
We're fine.
Right, right, guys.
yeah. Tringa's been nothing but nice. I don't like. Let's go. We'll sort the matter out.
Listen, I hope you don't take offense to this, and I won't take your weapons, but I'm gonna have to shackle you.
So, Ringa, you're just doing your job. I understand completely. It does not match my outfit. I have to decline.
I'm sorry. I can't take you in with your weapons and freely.
Okay, and
Uh,
this is where I'm going to roll my persuasion check. Turinga, we've been through a lot. I've brought you criminals. I'm a man of justice. You know me. There's no need to. We'll go with you willingly. Just don't need to shackle us. And that is a big boy's 21.
Okay, so we're gonna roll a couple d20s since there's a squad behind them. But we'll see what we got. Nope. Definitely not. Oh, that one was close, but no cigar. So Turinga rolled a no, which is a nat 1 on these dice.
No.
I know. So she says, "Okay, then I have to take your weapons."
By all means.
yeah.
He goes, "Wait a minute, that one doesn't jive with me."
Here's the thing about that.
I literally can't give it to you.
Willow, my axe, like Willow, she's a fine baby. She's willing to go, but the problem is this guy over here. I can't give it to you. I can't. I'm bound to this sword.
What do you mean you can't give it to me? Just hand it over.
I mean, Turinga, it's magic. There's magic in this world. It's a bound sword. Surely you know.
I mean, I understand magic, but I mean, he could just stop using the magic.
He literally can't. It's not. The magic isn't within him. He's a barbarian. He has no magical talents. The magic is in the item.
It sounds like you've got a cursed weapon.
Yeah, you call it cursed. I say different. I literally cannot give it to you.
Then I'm gonna have to shackle you. I'm sorry.
Okay,
That's
just
probably
shackle him.
best. Shackle me. I don't want any issues. We're innocent, so And I have to just put my hands out.
Okay, so she shackles you, and then she.
Is it a boy or a girl?
Oh, I can't help it. It's somewhere deep in my brain.
All of our fans say, please don't make us a character on your podcast.
Yeah, you're just gonna fuck up our gender. So he shackles you, and he motions for the guards to collect your weapons, including yours, except for your sword. So he takes Willow, or they take Willow. So you're disarmed of your primary and secondary weapons at this point. So if you had short bows, whatever, super agree. Just saying, those are heavy. And so she leads you back to the the keep.
Who does?
He leads you back there to the keep. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Make everyone a man in this podcast.
Hey,
There are no
everybody,
women.
we're pausing the recording right here. Dwayne, picture his genitals. Picture his genitals right now.
I don't
in
know
your
why
heart.
having the girl. I think it's because their cartoon picture is very feminine on Instagram.
Is it? Well, the one I just sent you is from something that, and I'm assuming it's like a character of himself.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. That's the first time I've ever seen that
Just
one.
found it. Yeah. just
That
found it.
helps. That helps
That's
my
The one
brain
that- yeah,
hole.
it's the one that I picture. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
I've
just
never
imagine
seen
the
that one.
genitals, fucking gin
No.
bush and all.
Nope.
His genitals.
Please don't forget to take this off.
Or
Again,
do.
I'm gonna leave it in here, but we all picture Chiringa's genitals.
He puts the part in there. Just picture the genitals, ginge bush, and all. That's the clip.
I'm just gonna take that clip and like when you go to roll persuasion checks and crit 20, that's what I'm gonna paste over your
He would
speech.
probably appreciate it.
Yeah.
Immediately, we have a whole new set of erotica followers.
Ah,
So that's what's going
Yeah,
to push
you
us
know
to
what?
the next level.
yeah, we need that. They're super fans.
They're
Okay.
diehard.
So
Okay.
he leads you back to Castle Trestle, and the squad of soldiers or guards, they escort you as well, and he super locks you up.
Where does lock me up? Walk me through this.
So they go through the castle, and the castle has like cells essentially, like
Okay,
in
so
the.
we walk in the main hall.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they lead you over. So in the main hall, it's like again, it's that lavish place. And to the right, when they turn right, that's where like the guards and stuff are. It's imagine like a police station inside of a castle. Sure. That's kind of where they turn you, and he takes you up a level. So you go over and go up a level, and that's where the like cells are.
When we're in the main hall, I'm gonna lean to Chiringa and be like, Chiringa, friend, could you do me a favor, and while we're being escorted, could you alert the Justicar for me?
He says, absolutely. I don't want to get in trouble, so I have to make sure I physically see you guys in the cell, and then I'll go get the Justicar.
Send like us. Okay, perfect.
Yep. No problem. I'll go get him right after that. This has to be a misunderstanding. I don't know why people who would bring in Craig's people, of all things, would be captured or wanted.
I agree.
So he does that. He puts you guys in the cell, and you guys go in easily. No fighting.
Yeah, no fighting.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And
Chill.
when they put you in the cell, Atlas, Tringa looks at you and says, "I can trust you, right?"
Oh, cool. I'm not a good liar, so yes, and you would know I was lying.
And he
Why?
unlocks your shackles because you still have a sword on you.
Thank you.
And he goes, "Don't make me regret this." And then he shuts the. I mean, he's putting his job on the line, man.
I appreciate it.
And
Yeah.
so you guys sit there, and you guys sit there for what feels like a couple hours. Is there any chatting you guys want to do while you wait?
Like, so this is a strange misunderstanding.
I agree.
Kristoff, what did you do?
I have no idea what you're talking
No, he wouldn't do anything. He's fine.
Well, obviously, one of us here they suspect of something. I don't know what a trestle is. Rowan, you had no idea what a trestle is. The only person, one of us, who knew who the trestles were
about. I give
Is
him
our-
a meaningful glance.
is our good friend, the highly noble Kristoff.
To be fair,
Okay.
Atlas, you should have known who the Magister is since you've worked in
live
Oxbane for forever. Awkward.
I'm gonna take a nap.
No, I just give a meaningful glance, like I'll explain later. I don't know who could be listening in right now.
But I only knew that he was the Magister. I didn't know his name. His last name
Oh,
was-
you mean all fancy pants?
Fancy pants, Coogidoo boop. All right.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Like none of us has done anything. We'll just sit here and wait for them to talk it out. We'll be
Jessica
fine.
will sort all this out.
If I could get Yogg to post our bail if we need it, he'll help. I mean, who knows how many shovels I've sold by the time I get back now.
That's
Probably.
true. They weren't free. They weren't free at all.
He was just throwing them in with deals at all. Even a little bit. Sweeten the pot. Let me get you the show.
So you guys sit in the cells, or the cell, excuse me. You sit there, and the first hour goes by as you're talking, and then it's followed by another one, and it's followed by a few more, and
Just how would have come.
the noontime that you have been brought into this, you see outside that it's dark now, and it's been dark for a while. And while the guards have been pacing and checking on you, those trips have been far and few between in the
I
last...
stop one of the guards.
Okay, yeah.
Excuse me, sir, friend.
And you don't recognize this guard, but he stops and says, yeah.
Hey, I was wondering, would it be at all possible for you to check on... Taringa was supposed to alert the Justifier of the current situation, and we haven't heard anything back.
As far as I know, he did. I don't know what to tell you, but he did. He went off. I haven't seen Tringa since.
Can you just wait one moment, please?
Sure.
And I turn my back to him, and I open my bag, and I pull out that book, and I want to open the first. What's on the first page of that book?
The first page or the cover?
The very first page once you open the cover.
I mean, it's the beginning of the book. I think it would just say like introductory text, because it's the book of the collection of known arcanist experiments.
It pains me to do so, but I pulled that page out.
Oh, okay. You do that.
I pull that page out, and I fold it up. And I go, "Could you deliver this to the Justicar?"
Yeah, I'll see if I can find him. Yeah.
I thank you very much, sir.
And he takes the page and he unfolds it, make sure there's no funny business, and he looks at it and he goes, "Is that a rare book?"
Just say it's from Kristoff.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll take care of it. And that guard goes away. About an hour passes and another guard walks by. And then another hour passes, and it's late. Do any of you guys want to try and get any rest while you're waiting?
Yes. I want some
I mean, the
rations,
entire
too.
time there's nothing going on. I'm short resting.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to try and sleep for the night at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep after I get some rations. Excuse me, guard. We've been here for quite a while. Don't
It's
we
your
get
business.
meals while we're your prisoners, supposedly?
Listen, we'll feed you in the morning when the kitchen opens again.
Oh, great, thanks, appreciate it. And I'm hangry now. I'm very close to raging, and I'm gonna go to sleep.
Gotcha. Okay. So I think that's a good time to kind of break this episode off with you guys in jail and sleeping. Is there anything you guys want to say on the way out of this episode to the audience, since you're going to be a part of the outro these days?
I didn't do it. I will not say anything else without my lawyer present.
Dun, dun.
Depends on what your definition of the word is. We want to thank you guys for listening. It really means a lot to us because realistically, we just play this game and record it because we're nerds and we enjoy playing this game. So the fact that you guys
2%
listen is totally awesome to us. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and those are all Lawful Stupid except for Twitter, which is Stupid Lawful, because we like to make it really hard on you.
And
Anybody
we're
else?
stupid.
Yeah.
Lawfully.
Okay,
I
great.
just want to say again, if you guys like what you're hearing and you want more content like this, and we're gonna keep rolling it out. The biggest thing you can do for us is one, tell a friend, somebody else that it loves this stupid nerd game that we play. Tell them that this podcast is out there and that it makes you laugh or cry or whatever it is that you do when you listen.
Maybe both.
And give us a review on iTunes, and we want honest reviews, people. We want to know what we can do to make a better product for you. So let us know in the iTunes review and tell a friend. That helps us out a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.